Hi everyone on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 3 and my picks for Week 4 for the 2023 NFL season. Check it out. Well, first off, let's get out to my what I did last week. I went 9-7 straight up. I'm 25-23 overall in the year. Guess the spread, I went the opposite direction from last week. I went, instead of 8-7-1, I went 7-8-1. So now because of that, I'm at 500 overall in the year. And over and under, just got 1 out of that. So I'm 2 out of 8. I'm 1 for 2 last week, and I'm 2 out of 8. So yeah, my over and under hasn't been the best all year, so I can't help you on that one. But anyways, my thoughts about last week. San Francisco's been on a high-power offense. New York, not without Saquon Barkley, but not the same ball team. Cleveland and Tennessee, definitely a good bounce back for Cleveland. Tennessee, I don't know what to say on that one. Detroit and Atlanta. Detroit, they put up some numbers. In New Orleans and Green Bay, I got to tell you, that was a remarkable comeback for Green Bay. Probably one of the, I think it's the one I heard is the highest comeback that the Packers did. So it was probably one of the gutsiest comeback that the Packers did this year. Miami and Denver. All I could say for that game is Denver has no defense. Miami has an offense. Put up 70 points against the Denver Broncos. That's all I can say. I think Russell Wilson get a little bit of the blame for that because he didn't play well in the second half. But sequentially, they have no defense. And maybe Sean Payton too. I'm questioning that one right now. So I'm not too sure. I'm ticky-tacky on Sean Payton, what he was doing on that. So it could be, I'm not going to say he could get fired, but I'm just saying that like maybe some questionable decision-making. Maybe there should be something happening in there. Maybe a new defense, possibly. I don't know. Minnesota and the LA Chargers, not upset with that one. Kirk Cousins played a good game, but the Chargers came up with the win. My Patriots and the Jets. I've got to tell you, that was a really heartbreaking, almost became a heartbreaker in the end. But, to say the least, they almost got on the Hail Mary play, but my Patriots on the defense definitely knocked it down. Almost caught the game from Cobb. End up winning the game. We played good in the first half, played sloppy in the second half, but was enough for a win. So, well, we got 15 wins in a row. And we brought up 15 on there with the 15-10 score. Buffalo Bills and the Washington Commanders. Buffalo came up to play, and now they have a tougher task against Miami. As for the Commanders, I don't know. Jacksonville and Houston. Definitely one of the upsets of the week with Houston putting up the win against Jacksonville. And Baltimore and Indianapolis. Great play until the end of overtime, and wouldn't you know, Indianapolis got the win. Seattle and Carolina. It came no surprise how Seattle played, though, and because how Carolina is doing right now, just to say the least. The Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. It goes to show you that Patrick Mahomes made a statement for the Chicago Bears, like, you should have taken me first. And I believe it was like 2015, I think it was, in that draft. So, anyways, continuing on. Dallas and Arizona. If you had Dallas in the survivor pool that week, I'm very sorry. I mean, Arizona got their Super Bowl, which I have to say the least. Offensively, Arizona's not playing well, but defensively, they're playing a lot better than I expected. But hey, nice for Arizona. The Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers got the win, but now Jimmy Garoppolo's on protocol. So now we got to wait for that on that. You can go from there. And by the way, that was a Sunday Night Football game. I messed that up from last week. But the 2 Monday Night Football games, Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. To say the least on that one, Philadelphia came out with the win. And Tampa Bay suffered their first loss of the year. And it's probably a learning lesson for Baker Mayfield. And for this, to say the least, the other Monday Night Football game for the Rams in Cincinnati. For the first time in a while, Cincinnati played a really good defensive game. Good for them. And to say the least, Joe Burrow played really solid football, to say the least. I didn't know he was going to play, but he did. hey, they got the win. Anyways, that's my thoughts about week 3. Let's start it off with my week 4 picks. Let's kick things off on Thursday night with Detroit and Green Bay at Lambeau. This is the first game of the division matchup for both teams. I expect to be a really close one in this one, but not as high as you think it is. But anyways, that being said, I think this is going to come down to who has the ball or whoever comes down with it, really. Could go to overtime, who knows. But anyways, I think that being said, Jordan Love's playing really good. Jared Goff's been playing good. Both defenses are playing good. This should be a fun game to watch. So I expect this to be a close one, but I think Detroit is going to have the edge in this one. So I'm going to take Detroit going to Green Bay to get the victory over the Green Bay Packers. On the line, though, Detroit is favored by 1 in this game. I'm going to take Detroit -1. Over and under, it's 45. I'm going to shoot for under 45. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Now, you could talk about a game of the week in this one. This game is going to have everything you need. From offense to defense, you name it. So, I think this is going to come down whoever has the ball. And my thing is, don't let Josh Allen go to overtime. He's not going to get it done for you. If they can do that, I think Buffalo can get the win. And it's in Buffalo, too. That makes it a bigger factor for Buffalo in this one. I think this coming down to it. I think it's going to come down to the home field advantage in this one. I really think it's going to come down to Buffalo in this one. And I'm going to take Buffalo over the Miami Dolphins in this game. As a surprise on this one. But Miami can pull this one off. You never know. And that's why I'm going to take on the line, though. Because Buffalo is favored by 2.5 in this game. I might shoot Miami plus 2.5 because it's going to be a close game. Anyways, that being said, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Now, this game is going to be a division game. Anything can happen in division games. The Commanders are looking for something. Philadelphia is trying to get back on track again. Definitely would probably do that. And hey, to say the least, Philadelphia's defense played really better this week on Monday Night Football. I think they continue that. Anyways, that being said, I like Philadelphia at home against the Washington Commanders. On the line, now Philadelphia is favored by 7 in this game. I'm going to take Philadelphia -7. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. I expect this game to be another division matchup. But I think, to say the least, I think this is going to be a good one, a good division game. Hold on just a minute. But I think I just forgot something. But anyways, that being said, I think what I'm trying to say is I think this is going to be too close of a call. I think this is going to be coming down to a very close battle, I think it is. But it's in New Orleans, so let's help New Orleans out. But to say the least, New Orleans has got to think of something. And I think I'm going to go with an upset in this one. I think I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the New Orleans Saints in this game in New Orleans. Just kind of how defensively the Bucs have been. They only gave out 25 last week. But defensively, they've been playing really well. I think that's going to be the key factor on that one. So that's why I'm going to take the upset. Take Tampa Bay over New Orleans in this game. On the lineup, New Orleans is favored by 3.5 in this game. I like Tampa Bay as an upset. Tampa Bay plus 3.5. Anyways, continuing on, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons in London. In this one, the first of the London series for Jacksonville. They're staying in London next week as the resident road team. But the first game is they're the representative home team on this one. So I think that being said, Jacksonville, I think this is going to be a good one, to say the least. Atlanta, they're not doing too shabby themselves. To say the least on that one, I think I'm going to take Jacksonville as the approximate home team to win this game over the Atlanta Falcons in this game because it's in London. On the line, though, the Jacksonville favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Jacksonville -3. Over and under, it's 44. I'm going to shoot for over 44 in this one. I think this is going to be a high game. Anyways, that being said, the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Cleveland has the edge of this one lately. Cleveland's been playing solid football. They've been doing that. They only lost against Pittsburgh. I think, to say the least of this game, I think for Cleveland for this one, the key momentum is defense of this game. If they can stop Baltimore in defense, I think they can beat Baltimore. I think that's the key momentum on this one. I think I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland over Baltimore in this game. On the lineup, Cleveland's favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take Cleveland -2.5. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. Now, for this game, I think I expect something for Cincinnati in this one. They got the win they desperately needed. Joe Burrow played really good football. Anything like that. Maybe the calf injury is not bothering him. So that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe for Cincinnati's case, I think for Tennessee they have a lot of questioning to do right now, and because of that, I think I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens in this game. On the line, though, Cincinnati is favored by 2.5, 2 in this game. I'm going to take Cincinnati covering the 2.5 in Tennessee. The LA Rams and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, this game, I don't know much to say about Indianapolis, just to say the least. But still, the concussion protocol. I still think Gardner Minshew is still going to play, which is fine. I have nothing against about Gardner Minshew. But Anthony Richardson, still on concussion protocol. I may wait another week. I don't know. Well, to say the least, but as for now, I think I'm gonna take the Rams and over the Indianapolis Colts in this game because they played solid defense beside the loss. I think that's going to be another key momentum in that game. On the line, though, the Rams are favored by 1 in this game. I'm going to take the Rams -1. The Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. It's not a primetime game, and I'm just going to go with it. Carolina's rebuilding. Carolina has Kirk Cousins, and it's not a primetime game. To say the least, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings over the Carolina Panthers in this game. On the line, though, Minnesota is in 3.5 in this game. I like Minnesota to win in Carolina. I'm taking Minnesota -3.5. I'm really confident on that one. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Well, to say the least about Pittsburgh needed a win, and they did. And not only that, Houston got a win what they needed too, and they did. But somebody's got to give. So I think Pittsburgh's going to do it. So I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Houston Texans in this game. On the lineup, Pittsburgh's favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Pittsburgh -3 in Houston. The LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, this game I expect to be a really good, too close of a game to call. This game can go either way. But Jimmy Garoppolo and concussion protocol, that's the key momentum on that. I'm not too confident on that one, to say the least. But you never know. I'm going to take the LA Chargers in LA to beat the Las Vegas Raiders. On the lineup, the Chargers are favored by 5.5 in this game. I'm going to take the Rams +5.5. No, actually, I take it back. Not the Rams. I'm going to take the LA Chargers are favored by 5.5 on this one. I'm taking the Las Vegas Rams, Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders +5.5. My New England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a really good defensive game. I think this is going to come down to who's going to play much better defense on this one. And to say the least, I think it's going to be my Patriots this week. They only give up at least 10 this last week. But as for the only problem for my Patriots this week, the Dallas Cowboys are very upset about the loss against the Cardinals. And I think, but on the flip side of that, I think Ezekiel Elliott's looking for a little revenge game. So I think he's going to probably go off on the Dallas Cowboys, and it's in Dallas too. I think it's going to be a really defensive game. I don't really expect that now because of it. Steven Diggs' injury, which I think that's Stephon Diggs' brother. Yeah, it is his brother, but I forget I thought it was Steven Diggs, but no, Trevon Diggs. Trevon Diggs, excuse me. I think a brother, cousin, and something like that. But anyways, I think that's another key matchup. He's a really solid defensive player. I think they're going to really attack that on the field on that one. I'm smelling an upset on this one as well. So I'm going to be a homer, and probably one of my upsets too. I'm taking my Patriots over the Dallas Cowboys to win this game in Dallas. On the lineup, the Cowboys are favored by 7 in this game. I like my Patriots to win. I'm taking my Patriots +7 because I really think Ezekiel Elliott's going to go off on Dallas. I really do. It's going to be like a revenge game for Dallas on this one. The San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I'll give Arizona props to this. They're playing really good football, to say the least. I thought they were going to be in the bottom of the barrel. I still think so, but they're playing much better football than I expected to be. And that's good, to say the least, but it's not going to be enough against San Francisco. I really think this is going to be San Francisco, and it's in San Francisco as well. So I'm going to have to say San Francisco over Arizona. I think Brock Purdy's put out some good numbers on this one. So I'm going to take San Francisco over the Arizona Cardinals in this game. On the line, San Francisco's favored by 14. I'll give Arizona this. I'm going to take Arizona plus 14 in this game. And the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Now, this game, somebody has to win. It could end in a tie. Who knows? But I think if it does go to overtime, it might end in a tie, to say the least. And that's going to be my bold prediction, but I have to pick a winner. So if I had to pick a winner, probably the Denver Broncos, who they're probably upset about they gave up 70 points. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over the Chicago Bears in this game, because Chicago has no defense. And if Chicago has a defense, Justin Fields would be in a much better position right now. And despite the fact in Chicago, too. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over the Chicago Bears in this game. On the line, though, Denver's favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Denver minus 3. And for Sunday Night Football. So, the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. Despite how Zach Wilson played, he played really good last week. On the second half, he did. But anyways, but now they're playing Kansas City in this one. I expect it to be really a good game, but up until the very end with Patrick Mahomes. Might do something with Travis Kelce, putting up a quarterback and tight end. So I'm going to say that. So I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs over the New York Jets in this game in New York. On the line, though, the Chiefs are favored by 9.5 in this game. I'm going to go Kansas City minus 9.5. Over and under, it's 47. I'm going to shoot for under 47. And the last game, the Monday Night Football. Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants in New York in this one as well. This time with the Giants. To say the least on this one, I think it's going to be a really, probably a really close game. I think it's going to be a little bit higher game than everyone thinks it is. I think it's going to probably be the most underrated game this week, because I think Geno Smith is playing pretty well. Danny Dimes, maybe not so much, but defensively, yeah. But, without Traquan Barkley, I don't really think there's going to be a chance for the New York Giants to win this game. So I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks over the New York Giants in this game. On the line now, Seattle's favored by 1.5 in this game. I'm going to take Seattle minus 1.5. Over and under, it's 45. I'm going to go over 45 in this game. All right, that will wrap up my Week 4 predictions. Big shout out to my good old buddy Edward Leonard over there. Big shout out to him. He did much of a little bit of picks this week, but he didn't do much. But anyways, check him out. If you like Zodiacs too, he's your guy on that one too. So if you like some of that, I'm going to get subscribed to him too. And his link and even the rest of the NFL YouTube prognosticator page in the description down below right here. Until then, this is Andrew Warren signing off, saying good luck to all your picks this week, and rock out.